All right, hey guys. So, welcome back. Today, I want to go over something that is so important for me in goal setting and just really trying to change my life in the next year. And that thing is planning. And planning begins with a vision and a vision board. And at the beginning of the year, I went through Ali Abdal's workshop, and his wife, Dr. Izzy Seeley, led us in an exercise where we created our vision boards with Pinterest. And so I'm just going to take you guys through how I'm doing my vision boards um, through Canva. I also created a template for you all that I'll put a link to in the description below because we are in this together and hopefully this can help you. So, starting with 2025, let's see if I can present full screen. Oh, okay. Nice. All right, so for my goals, I separated them into seven categories that are important to me, which include my health, my finances, my relationships, my career experiences, personal development, and my mom life. Because as you guys know, I have an 8-year-old who I love dearly, and yeah, okay, so in the top part of my vision board, or like the first part of it, I have obviously the year and my favorite quote from this book, okay, by Solomon Jordan. Shout out Solomon Jordan. He's King of Solomon on Instagram. And let me just move my little heater over here. And he has just some great spiritual quotes. And so my quote to live by is at the end of this year, my life will look like my decisions, faith, and work. So I'll keep building what we talk about. I will not allow the feeling of being behind in life make me question if I'm off track. That part. Let me read that part again. I will not allow the feeling of being behind in life make me question if I'm off track. I hope that resonates with some of you guys because that hits hard for me. Okay, I don't know what the future holds, but I have the dream that you gave me. That part hits hard too because sometimes you feel like, oh, or sometimes I feel like, oh, am I worthy of the dreams that I have? And it's like, Alina, absolutely. God gave you those dreams. Okay? So you are worthy. In fact, you're deserving of the dreams that you have. Um, and so then the last line is so let's walk to the place we talk about. And this is just sort of a commitment to myself and to Creator that I'm going to keep putting my best foot forward, taking it step by step, day by day to reach the goals that were placed in my heart. Okay? The divine goals that were placed in my heart. So I've already kind of told you guys about all my goals in my last video. So, I don't feel like I really need to go through them again. But you can see I just broke down, all my goals into different categories, and I put just like it seems like a lot of goals, but some of them are super small, like continuation of existing practices, adding 2 days a week of something, um, finishing a book, going on dates, visiting my sister. I added a few here for personal development because, I don't know, I'm trying to change up my style this year and just really present forth the Alina that I have in my mind's eye. And like I said, just continuation of some practices that I've already have implemented in my life. So, your goals don't have to be these huge, like uh, unrealistic things. Goals can be a mixture of things that you're striving for and things that you already started that you're interested in continuing. So, like I said, I have a template in the description down below, and I, you know, want to invite you to use that if you're feeling called to it. Especially for my moms out there, we got this last category for mom life, because if you know, you know. Okay. So next is my visual vision board. Okay, I just love vision boarding. I like making a vision board that's mostly words, like in the last slide, because it allows me clarity about each particular goal that I have, and then the um, you know, pictorial vision board is just so fun to put together. Like I said, I did this whenever I attended Ali Abdal's workshop with Dr. Izzy Seeley, his wife, and we just went through Pinterest and looked up like different aesthetics. So let's see, let me see if I can give an example. So like, oh man, I hate that that's there like that. Okay, let's see. Okay, I have quotes about being disciplined. Okay, let's see. Um, mother daughter workout aesthetic. And you can see right here some really great mother daughter shots. And mother daughter working out is important for me. And as you can see, it's right here in my vision board. So other things that I looked up were like Middle East aesthetic, Arabic aesthetic, um, tech, technology, aesthetic, um, yeah, stuff like that. So just like write whatever your general goal is plus aesthetic. So let's see, like elegant, feminine style aesthetic. Okay, some really cute ideas here. I like these. I like these a lot. What about, I like old money aesthetic, feminine aesthetic. Loves it. So pretty. Ah, beautiful. Love it. Yeah, so these are all aesthetics that I would search for my vision board. Okay. This was just so fun to make, and I really recommend doing this, especially if you like doing this creative sort of stuff, because it's like a treat. It feels like I'm a sim character and I'm building up who I am, and doing little activities like this is just like reinforcing my dreams and my goals. So this was just so fun. See, I got a family here, health, traveling with my daughter, working out with my daughter, elegant vibes, working woman vibes, networking vibes, leadership, discipline, finishing my book, studying Arabic, building relationships, Middle East aesthetic. I get rich doing what I love. Yeah, love it. Okay, so the next part after creating your goals and your pictorial vision board is to create a plan. And for me, a plan is typically set on a weekly basis, and they are just tinier steps towards my bigger goals. So at the beginning of each week, I'll just review what my goals are and think, okay, what can I do to take steps toward, um, reaching these goals? Okay, so this is last week, and I completed most of the things on here. And with your like weekly steps, don't beat yourself up if you don't get to everything. We have to be flexible in this life, and so do our goals. So, um, if just carry your step by steps over into the next week if you need to, and don't feel bad about that. Forgive yourself for it and move on. Okay, so every week I basically have a few pillars that I need to hit in order to feel like I'm doing my part, walking toward the places that God put in my heart. And one of those places, or one of those items, is to work on my coding, or work on my skill acquisition for my career change, my portfolio project. Last week it was some CSS work, cascading style sheets or cascading sheet style. I don't know, one of them things, and I finished it. And so now I'm in working in JavaScript. So I worded it a little bit differently, but these are the same thing. Um, working toward my career change. I like to spend 1 to 1.5 hours if I can, so I didn't explicitly put that, but definitely that's assumed here. Another thing is to continue my daily Arabic practice. As you can see, I have it in both weeks. And my Arabic practice really consists of listening to podcasts. Lately, I'm listening to Simple and Easy Arabic podcasts, which I love. I'm listening to it at like point 0.6 speed. And I'm also just finding other opportunities to expose myself to Arabic through music, reading, and yeah, watching other things on YouTube. Like I'm watching one about um, a tech entrepreneur event in the Middle East, and it's 2 years old, and it's in English, but the subtitles are there. So I'm just using that to gain some vocabulary in my field in Arabic specifically. Okay, I had some other goals which included doing STEM projects and experiments with Phoenix. So this week my goal is to pick out an experiment book from the library. Okay, that's step one. Pick out the book from the library. And then maybe next week I will make it a goal to like pick an experiment from the experiment book. Then the next goal, next week maybe I will go get the materials for the experiment. Then finally by week 4, maybe we'll actually conduct the experiment. So that's the idea. Little steps every week. Let's see, what else do yeah. Okay, so I have here also my lifting and mobility sessions. I may or may not hit this goal this week. As you can see, my foot is a little painful, and also, we had like snow breaks, snow days, so I'm about to hit my second day of weightlifting, and it's already Friday, and I have not done a single mobility exercise, mobility routine. So, again, even if I don't hit this goal, I'm going to forgive myself and, work to hit it next week. All right, and here I wanted to go over one chapter, chapter one of I Will Teach You to Be Rich. I didn't do that. I went over the introduction, which I will bring up later in this video, but definitely next week I will be reviewing chapter one. I am putting myself out there majorly tonight. Actually, I'm attending a tech and finance networking event here in Houston, and I am excited and like on the brink of being extremely nervous and imposter syndrome because I don't know, like I'm not even in the tech industry. Like I still work in law, but like I'm interested in tech, and is that enough for me to attend? Or, like is that enough for me to even hold a conversation with anybody at this event? Or is everyone if am I gonna go there and everyone's gonna be like, she doesn't even belong here, like she doesn't even go here type of thing. So I'm just trying to confront those anxieties that I'm having with some reassurance that like, hey, I'm really proud of you, Alina, for signing up for this. Proud of you for achieving your goal of like uh, investing in relationships and networking. And at the end of this networking event, even if it goes horribly wrong, I'm so proud of you. And that's what I make sure to tell myself. Okay. My next goal was for this week is to plan and film my YouTube video, and I'm doing that today. So I feel great about that. And yeah, so maybe we can get together on another video and plan for the next week. I think that's a great idea. But while we're here on this share screen, I also wanted to um, go over while we're here on this share screen, I also want to touch on what I'm learning in this finance book because, look, being a single mom is not easy, and I know that we feel alone and completely overwhelmed a lot of the time. And so I'm on this journey to get my life in order, to live the life that I see in my mind for myself. I'm starting, in ground zero, ground one, and I want to bring y'all along the way and share the things that I'm learning in my life, okay? So we're going to go over what I learned in the introduction of Ramit Sethi's I Will Teach You to Be Rich, okay? So I'm going to skip a few pages here. This is my YouTube planning page. Love that for me, where I go through, each episode and just create a general idea of, what I want to talk about. So here we're in the goal setting split screen. I'm going to go over this. I will teach you to be rich. I don't know if I'll do a get ready with me in this video, but I will show you my outfit. Okay. In this book, so far in the introduction, the message that Ramit Sethi is trying to get across um, is that we need to understand the barriers that keep us from managing our money and start tearing them down and putting our money into the right places to help us live our rich lives. So in the introduction, he does take like a tough love approach, and especially addressing any limiting beliefs, or as he calls it, victim culture around money, where people are like, oh, I just can't save, or the banks are out to get us, and the credit card companies just want to steal our money. And he's like, yeah, I mean, you can believe those things, but ultimately those are excuses. So let's focus on the things that we have control over, which include like automating the redirection of our money into the right places, into savings and boring investments. And let's see what he says. Okay, and just like cutting costs on things that are not important to us. So that's another thing is that he says that it's not really important that we become an expert in personal finance. It's okay to make mistakes. The most important thing is that we just get started, okay? And that we spend extravagantly on the things we love while cutting out the things we don't need and become comfortable with boring investments. There's a lot of material out there today that talks about like these like Bitcoin and crypto and real estate and stuff. Like that's how you're gonna get rich quick, and it's like that feels so overwhelming because like how do I even buy Bitcoin? How do I even invest in a Bitcoin? I don't know. And how am I going to invest in real estate when I'm spending more than I'm making on a month? In a month, rather. Okay. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing what he has more to say about that. At the end of this chapter, this introduction, Seti poses us, or poses, is that the right way to say it? Anyway, he presents us with three questions. Why do you want to be rich? What does being rich mean to you? And when you picture your ideal life, what are you doing in it? I love these, and I included them in the template that I made for you guys so that you can answer them because I had a really great time answering these questions. For me, why I want to be rich is because God put the idea into my heart. I want to experience the expansiveness of life rather than living in a scarcity mindset. Being rich means, to me, it proves to myself that I have the courage to challenge my limiting beliefs and get after my goals. And I deserve to be courageous. I deserve today to be courageous, and future me deserves my courage today. And what does being rich mean to me? Well, being rich to me means that I can happily and comfortably afford travel for myself and my family multiple times throughout the year. I'm talking about international travel, okay? Like ideally I would love to be able to take like a month, take my family to like, I don't know, the Bosnian countryside or something, Kazakhstan, and just like, work, spend time together, play, cook, and just be able to rent a place for like a month and I don't know, just enjoy life. That to me sounds so dreamy. I happily prioritize investments in my children's education, extracurriculars, and enrichment. So I'm talking about I want my kids to know an instrument, know another language, um, be familiar with technology, and play a sport. I want them to have those at least those four things. I would also love them obviously to know like how to garden and yeah, I think that's an important skill too. So all those things they cost money and I want my kids to have all the access to all those skills and so, I want to my in my rich life, I have the money to afford those things happily. Um in my rich life, I own at least one home in the US. I love living in Houston. I love the diversity of Houston. I love the warm weather here in Houston. I definitely could see this being a home base, especially considering, my daughter's father is in Texas, so want to have a home base that facilitates that continues to foster a relationship between my daughter and her father. And also, I am a Middle East interested girly, okay? I'm not Middle Eastern, but I am very interested in the Middle East and I definitely foresee myself having a place in the Middle East. I'm thinking Dubai, but we'll see. We'll see what God has in store for me. In my rich life, I prioritize spending my money on proactive health measures such as healthy food, exercise equipment, sports, for myself and my kids. Today already, I prioritize spending money in that way, and I want to keep that a priority. Maybe even spend a little bit more on it in the future. I don't know. Maybe I want to do a Pilates or something. um, yeah, and I want to. I mean, I also imagine that my parents are pretty old. They're in their 70s, and the next closest, you know, of their child to me lives in Colorado and they do not want to go to Colorado. So I would like to be able to, either offer them a place to stay here in Houston and also be able to take them to the Middle East if they wanted to come. I feel like Dubai is a great place for families, for elderly people, with all the conveniences and luxuries they have. I think, life could be really easy for them and they don't have to worry about the cold of Colorado. Or if they wanted to, they could spend like part of the year in Colorado and part of the year with me wherever I am in a warmer climate because I don't want to be in the cold either. Um, and I want to be able to obviously pay for their plane tickets, no problem. That's my rich life for sure. And my rich life, I can comfortably spend money on nice clothes for myself. You guys I don't know if I've already mentioned it, but definitely improving my style so that I can present the Alina that's in my mind's eye to people is important to me now, this year, beginning this year. And I want to continue developing into that woman, that feminine, elegant, sophisticated, modest woman. So I think I've taken a good first step, but I foresee that I have, a lot of growth left ahead. And I want to be able to spend money on the things that make me look good, that make me feel good, that make me feel confident. And I'm able to do all this in my rich life, even after following the teachings that I learned about in this book, redirecting my monthly income towards investings and my savings commitments. So, yeah, I can't wait to hear what you guys come up with in terms of why you want to be rich and what being rich means to you because I know being rich is such a subjective term and everyone's going to be different. So, yeah, be specific as possible and feel free to share that in the comments below. I want to know, what does being rich mean to you guys? I shared what it means to me. I'm putting myself out there, being vulnerable, and I would love to hear what you guys have to say too. And the final question is, when I picture my ideal life, what am I doing in it? I have journaled on this before, so this is a very condensed answer. And maybe in the future I can throw up some journaling prompts that I have used that just bring me so much joy in thinking about my ideal life. In my rich life, I am working in tech, focused on the MENA region. I have substantial entrepreneurial ventures that begin with a personal brand that I'm starting with here on YouTube. In my ideal life, I have a loving husband and two kids, and I integrate wellness into our daily lives through nutrition, activity, strong family connections, and growth mindsets. I want both, me and my husband to have growth mindset, and I want to instill the growth mindset in my kids. Um, Obviously, we have a home base in Houston, but we frequently travel to the Middle East for months at a time. And in my rich life, I have the confidence in my personal finance skills and money management for my family. And I don't know, it just makes me so happy to write about my ideal life. When I've done longer journaling prompts on, visualizing my ideal life, I realize that in many ways I am already living my dream life. Like my ideal life is heavily rooted in routine, health, wellness, daily movement activities, and investing my time into learning more about the Middle East and tech. And I'm doing all of those things already. So I feel so blessed and thankful. And I'm really happy to connect with you guys. I really do hope that you will let me know your answers to some of these questions in the comments below. I hope that the template that I created for you will be helpful. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next clip. Take care.